Welcome to week 4 of Critical Thinking. This week we're going to take a look at the research aspect of academic critical thinking. So you have your ideas for your creative challenge, and we've talked a little bit about how we learn, how we think, how we can think differently. But this week we're going to take a look at how do we present those ideas and those materials, because when we're in an academic setting and even in the workplace, you're going to have to show and present your ideas and make that presentation very effective. So in academic writing, we have a couple ways of helping build and present research. So we're going to go to our weekly modules. I'm going to click week 4. And this week we're looking at information literacy, how to use the online databases through the library. And we're going to look at APA formatting. APA formatting is going to be very important for this class and a lot of your other classes that are going to be research-based throughout your academic career, because that's what we do with research in college. We put it in a format and we show our sources. And I've chosen APA style because it seems like the majority of majors in colleges today tend to use that. Some of you may be more familiar with MLA, and that's okay. If you're getting frustrated between switching from the two, shoot me an email and we can talk about it. The main thing here is that you're using academic formatting to show your resources and research. So let's go ahead and look. We've got our information literacy video will be the first item. This is a video produced by the college that shows the importance of information literacy. Next, we have a short video on how to use a library database. I highly recommend doing all your research from library databases. It weeds out a lot of the stuff that a Google search would bring in. It helps you limit the dates in which you can find resources. Also, if you're using academic peer-reviewed journals, which is the most common form of academic research that a lot of classes here and future classes may be looking for, they give you the citation in a multiple of formats depending on what you're writing, and so we'll choose APA. So I highly recommend focusing most of your research out of the databases from the library. And then we have a short presentation on annotated bibliographies. Let's see. And then I have a couple of resources on APA. So we have a PowerPoint. You can click to download that. This is a sample APA paper. This is from Purdue University's OWL website. And then a reference guide from EasyBib, which is a website that helps you make citations. So you have a PowerPoint and 2 links to review. And you probably want to keep a copy of that sample paper just for reference. Even in my classes that I take as a student, I still have a guide and double check to make sure my formatting is correct by using the Purdue OWL sample paper. And we have a couple short videos on APA sources, some tips. We have another one from the college about APA citations. And then this last link, here are 3 websites that help build citations for you. Now, the main thing is they're a guide. You can just put the hyperlink into the website, and it'll pull the information and produce the citation for you. The main thing is they're not perfect, so you still want to have a good understanding of how to make a citation. So when they produce it, and you can say, yep, or you can say, hey, that's missing, and go and enter it manually. So make sure that you're using these and making sure that you know the formatting well enough that you can see whether they're producing the correct end product for you. This will be important. Now, going forward, we will be using citations in this class. So anytime I ask you for a resource, a hyperlink or just the link to it will not be acceptable. Points will be deducted. I want you to create a citation. So that even includes discussion boards. So going forward, we're going to use citations in all of our research. Not only is it a good thing just to get into the habit of doing it, because 9 out of 10 times when teachers ask for research, they will be looking for citations, but also it's a requirement of the course, so you want to get into the habit of doing that. So of course, your assignment is fairly short, and it is to create a practice annotation, which includes a citation. All right, so your goal is 2. You're going to find 2 sources that are going to help you with your creative challenge. So whether it be an article about the topic or about the practice or about the item or something that shows you how to do it, you're going to create an annotated bibliography. And essentially, we're going to do the annotated bibliography will contain a full citation and 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph is going to summarize the article. What was it about? You know, if you could quickly tell somebody else what you read, what would you say? And the second paragraph is a little tougher. It is analyzing the article or the piece of writing that you're using. So the first one's summary, and the second was analytical. I've given you a couple questions that you can help to prompt that analysis of that piece, but you can also use any of the critical thinking questions that we've already brought up in previous lessons. But think about, what's the author's purpose? What's my purpose in using this resource, and how will it affect the view of the topic? So this one's a little bit more analytical. So an annotated bibliography, an annotation includes the full citation and 2 paragraphs summarizing and analyzing. Now you're going to create 2 of those. So you're going to create an annotated bibliography for each source that you find. So you're going to do this twice just to get a little practice. All right, so that's pretty much our lesson for this week. You've got some videos, you've got some reading, and you've got a short practice on annotated bibliographies. If you get frustrated with APA citations, just give me an email. I have a lot of resources. They can be tough, but it really comes down to a pattern. And once you identify the sources that you commonly use, focus on that pattern for those sources, and you should be fine. All right, if you have any questions, just send me an email.